Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Ash, and if you are returning, welcome on back. So, we have a new Ren song. Yes, it got released yesterday, and so many of you were like, hey, you need to check this out. You need to check this out.
You need to check this out.
Like, I was like, okay, yeah, it's Ren's Money Game Part 3. So I'm looking forward to it. If you do not already know, I'm a huge fan of Ren. I actually just discovered him this year, and oh my gosh, what a journey it's been. It's been really cool just to see like the growth of him. Like one of my first songs on here that I reacted to was Hi Ren, and that was my first introduction to him, and it was an emotional one, and I think that's just something that I always hold near and dear, and it's incredible. So yes, of course, if you want to come follow me over on my wonderful streaming platforms, I'm over on Twitch and Kick. Come on by. Links are in the description as well as my socials, everything if you want to come on by. We are actually at 69% of our goal raised for my new PC. This community is so amazing, and we have 17 days left to raise money for this goal, and I can't even begin to express the gratitude that I have and feel. This entire year has just been so incredible with what my passions are for, you know, and it's just really, really neat to see. So thank you. Also, if you would like to tip or anything, by all means, you do not need to, but I do have a link set up that goes towards my wonderful PC goal. It's time. This thing stutters and it just is not having a good time. And I do all my own edits. I do all my own, you know, alerts. Everything that you see is all me. So yeah. Also, if you do enjoy this video, please consider giving a huge thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you'd like to. And if you want to be notified when I do upload here on YouTube, go ahead and ring that bell. And like I said, come follow me over on my streaming platforms. But let's get into it. It's a 10-minute song. I'm here for it. I'm guessing Ren is going to be playing piano, which I'm here for. Musical genius. All around seems like just a genuine, amazing dude. So yeah, I'm ready for that. Oh my goodness. I love piano. Strings to me are just phenomenal. Samuel and Ren video. Okay, right away, I'm already intrigued by this, and we're like a minute into the video, and I feel like I'm watching a movie. And that's something about me. I get very bored very easily, and so it's hard to keep my attention. But something like this, like you don't know especially what's about to go on, so I think it keeps my attention the best. The attention to detail is just, oh, it's so cool. And what you'll find is just like, how certain things they do, wear, mean something to it, you know? I mean, we knew that was... Ren said, shut the fuck up.
tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends.
Now, I just gotta say, like, this already seems like it is based more towards, like, how you raise your kids, you know what I mean? And it's such a huge thing with society of what you see. A lot of people can put forth blame to the kids for acting a certain way, but in reality, you have to look at the parents. Like, that's just what it is.
He's for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business.
Oh my goodness, like, this just speaks on behalf of, like, you know, like, money game, obviously, but it's just like, that's the number one thing, like, we think about as a society. You need money in order to live. Like, cost keeps going up, shit's just expensive, like, beyond anything, and you're taught at such a young age. I mean, right here is well enough, but, like, to speak to to speak to like a 5-year-old and be like, this is what it's like to be a man, it's just like, bro, how they're raised and everything is just what the future is going to hold, you know? And it's true. Like, you could have the most amount of money, but a lot of people, and it comes with greed, a lot of people are just going to want more and more and more, and are not going to be satisfied. And it's so true about the, like, whole entire thing is, like, the fact that the government, it doesn't care. They don't care. They don't care, like, at all. As long as you could possibly make something for them, they're going to try and buy it from you or take it from you. And that's it.
24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won.
Yep.
26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32.
Who here has always, like, tried to do stuff that, like, you're always looking for your parents' approval? Has anybody, I'm sure, like, just from where we're at, has anybody here, like, continue to do stuff that you can't bring your parents to be like, I'm proud of you? Like, that shit, like, will gnaw at you, like, until you just finally are just like, you know what, I'm doing this for me.
29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it, blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Reminds me of the movie Blow. If you haven't seen it, you should. Hello.
35. he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
God damn. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. Ren does this, dude. And it keeps you so like so captivated right now. How many chills did you get? Because I got a lot. I'm already getting the chills because I see the strings.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Cut the music.
I feel we're gonna get talked to.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
This is what I'm talking about. Ren just speaks facts, man. Oh my goodness. Like, he speaks so much about, like, what we feel. And he has a platform to talk about it. And he does just that. And this is something like, I'm from the United States, okay? So this is all over the world. You know what I mean? This isn't just a single country thing. This happens everywhere. Gosh, the silence is deafening.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me.
Okay, I just have to speak on that. Holy shit. Okay, I know I keep... This is a long video, and I have a lot of thoughts. We were just talking about this in stream yesterday, is the fact that, like, so many people just pick somebody to follow, and it's enough of just being a herd of sheep following the herder. Like, you need to stop. Like, people need to think for themselves. They follow one person, and everything that one person says is always right. When in reality, I know that there are people out there that follow someone and they say some shitty ass things, and you sit there and you're just like, ooh, like, I actually don't agree with that. But because this individual is who I follow, I'm gonna agree. Like, think, man, think for yourself. Like, come on.
Then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Are we gonna bring them back
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
These chills won't stop. Like, I'm sitting here and it's just a continuation of chills. Have you ever had that? Because that's what I'm having right now. Oh my goodness. You know what's crazy is the way that he's sitting and everything, like, you know, with the sitting in the chair. It reminds me of High Ren when he was playing the guitar and everything. And it's just, oh my goodness. I feel like we have so much to talk about. This is going to be a very long video, but, you know, it's the weekend, so if you're not doing anything, hi. I feel like there's so much to talk about, and y'all know me. If you've been here for a while, you know the fact that I really don't stop and comment on a lot of things, but to be honest, like, this was something that really needed to be talked about. There's just so much in there, and y'all know me. I'm going to be honest, like, straight to the point and everything when it comes down to my opinions and my thoughts. I've been streaming for 4 years, and at first when I started streaming, like, I was very hesitant about what to say, everything like that. Now, because of, like, how I've grown and how I've seen things and just, you know, living life, everything like that, I really do not hold back. If I feel, and this is a cool thing too, just because I think that I know certain things about a subject, it does not mean that I am fully knowledgeable about said subject. Somebody could come to me and write something that I may be wrong about, and I will listen. Like, and that's the kind of communication that we as a society need to have. It's not any of this, like, left against right. It's not, you know, up against down. Like, it's just like, hey, we're all here trying to make ends meet. We're all here trying to, like, make money so that we could survive and keep on surviving, because prices keep on growing. So they're not gonna just come down. You know what I mean? Like, businesses, inflation isn't just gonna one day be like, you know what? We're increasing the prices too much. These people can't live or anything like that. Think about gas prices. Years ago, how much were gas prices? I mean, if you're here, I was born in 93, okay? I mean, I didn't start driving until like almost 15 years ago. And at that time, gas prices were still not where they are today. But in reality of it, it's just like, we're never going to go back to see prices at 50 cents a gallon. You know, we're not going to see any of that. None of that is ever going to happen. But the thing is, us as people, we keep on allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? And now I'm going to quote something that Dax had said. I know this isn't even Dax right now, but Dax did his own version of Oliver Anthony's song, Rich Men of Richmond. And in that, one of the verses that stuck with me the most is the fact of, like, saying, how many presidents do we have to go through to get it right? And it's just like, that is exactly right. You know, we have been going through president after president, and people are just expecting something to miraculously happen when it's like, no, it's up to us, man. Like, it is up to us. Like, and I laugh about it, not because it's funny, but because it's just like I know I'm right, you know. And that's something that not a lot of people can say. That's something some people don't have the confidence to say, but I know I'm right. It is people standing together, not dividing there is so much division in this world, and it keeps on happening. And listen, you need to just look yourself in the mirror. You need to think about what you're saying. And sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up, because some of the things that you may say that you think you're cool with saying, that you think you're like funny with saying, you're not. Okay. So you need to sit down, think about it, maybe read a book, educate yourself, and then go be, maybe a good thing in society. Stop following people. Stop. Just stop. Think for yourself. Stop putting like certain people that are doing wrong on such a high pedestal. Like, what are you doing there? You're just as bad as that person. Like, if you keep on doing that, the reason why so many of these people in power are allowed to say and do the things that they do is because they have a following, and they're always going to have one, because you keep on letting them, and they get all this like publicity. They get all this stuff. And it's just like, why, man? Like, you have friends, you have family, you have, loved ones, everybody. Like, everybody has their own opinions. And the thing that I absolutely hate to see is the fact that there are so many things, especially politics, that actually will tear families apart. And it's just like, for what? What is the meaning behind that? We are all here doing one thing, and that is trying to survive, trying to make money to survive for ourselves, for loved ones. And it's just like, ugh. I know I'm going on like a tangent. I'm pretty sure that some of you may have, may have thought about it and were like, you know what? Ash is going to definitely speak on this because that's what I do. But yeah, this in itself, it's like going back to the music video. Sorry, I just went on my own little like, blah, 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 blah. But going back to the music video is just like, at such a young age, kids can be molded. They're sponges, okay? So they see, and this is so true. I mean, you could say for yourself, like, we see it. We live it as well. How you're brought up and the things that you see molds you into who you are today. And this in itself, like, what you say to your kids is always going to stick with them. How you raise your kids is always going to stick with them. Here we have, right at the age of 5, his father is telling him that this is what it's like to be a man. You have to act this sort of way. Like, drilling it in his mind that money is the way of life. And to an extent, yes, it is true. Money is how we live and everything, but it isn't everything. But throughout it all, his dad was never once proud of him, and it was always, you did a good job, but you're not doing good enough. Like, there's more you can do. There's more. Like, it doesn't matter. You could work for the highest power, anything like that, but it doesn't matter. His dad died before ever saying anything like he was proud of him or anything. And that stuck true to him. It obviously put him towards a downward spiral because what did he never hear? The words, I'm proud of you. You did great. You've been doing amazing. Like, I'm so proud of you. And that's something that some people just, they need to hear. Like, and that's the thing, like, y'all are doing so much. And I don't think that people realize how much that you go through. And that's why I am so sincere whenever I tell people, if you need to hear it or anything, I'm proud of you. I am. And, like, some people don't see the battles that you're facing or anything like that. And some of us fight these battles in silence. And just know you're seen. You're seen, you're heard, you're valid, and you are strong as fuck. And like I said, I am beyond proud of you. And so going, into it too, like Ren even said, this was just, his dad died and he went down a downward spiral and he basically never got back up again. Like, in reality, not because he was just paralyzed, but just because, like, that influence of his father, like, he never recovered from that. And his words always just stuck with him. And yeah, Ren's a genius. Ren just speaks so much about what we are thinking, and it's such a breath of fresh air, because I mean, if so many other people just spoke on behalf of this, and this is what's cool too. is I could sit there and, like I said before, if I don't agree with somebody, if I don't believe, what they say or anything, I'm down to have a conversation. My opinions and your opinions, if they don't match, I'm able to have a conversation, okay? Like a mature conversation, that is. And I think that's what's the greatest thing about it, is that if you could have a conversation with somebody, you could either educate somebody or you could be educated. It's just allowing yourself to be open to allow that sort of information to sink in. But so many people now are so defensive and so like ready to cancel people that there's no way of like allowing that sort of education to flourish. So yeah, I think that some people do need to do better, and yeah. Whew. But everybody, let me know what you thought. Yeah, this is a pretty long video, but I mean, I'm glad that we were able to get this going. If you did enjoy this video, please consider giving a huge thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you'd like to, and if you want to be notified when I do upload here on YouTube, go ahead and ring that bell. Also, come follow me over on my Kick and Twitch. Every single Friday, we do live music reactions over my Twitch channel. So if you want to come on by, you're more than welcome to. And like I said, I do have a PC fund goal happening. If you would like to tip towards it, you are more than welcome to, and it's greatly appreciated, but it's never necessary, okay? Please, please, please. I just put that in there, and it's so, I feel like so cringe of me to do, but I'm trying to allow myself to know that it's okay to kind of, talk about these things. So yeah, everybody, I hope you have an amazing time zone. I hope your weekend is amazing. Stay hydrated, be kind, not just to other people, but also to yourself. Be nice to that brain and do something for yourself today. Okay. And like I always say, stay badass, because that's what you are. And like I said, I'm so fucking proud of you. And thank you for your time. Remember, your time is the most valuable thing you could ever give anybody, and I appreciate you spending with me. Bye, everyone.